Hi, name's Jame. Oh, very close. And welcome to day 13 of my Build a Day challenge. Uh, Yesterday, we built this uh, fantasy war room slash house looking thing and connected it with day 11's build, and I think it turned out really quite well. Um, so today, we're going to be building in a similar style, where today my plan is to build some sort of potion lab or wizarding room. I've got a general shape in mind. I'm going to be putting it in this space here that I've cleared out. It's going to be using a similar palette to this just so it fits in. So I'm probably not going to worry too much about choosing a palette, but it's more worrying about the shape of this build because I want it to be a little bit, you know, unique as far as the general shape it's going for. Um, but yeah, I might lay out a palette nonetheless. As I said, it'll be very similar to this, and I'll outline a bit of a shape. So I will see you back then. Okay, so I've outlined the general shape here. It's going to be sort of a cube in the middle bit with a side section off of it. I am going to have to tear all this down and put it back up because I forgot to put in the foundation level, but it'll be this general shape. But the bit that makes it more interesting is that I'm going to have these sorts of factory-like spires coming out of the top of each of these. This main one will sort of go in like this and then back out, while this smaller one here will probably just be a straight cylinder. But yeah, so I'm actually going to tear this down really quickly and then start putting in just a simple baseline. I've put in the palette, it's almost identical to what the palette was here, just with these blocks instead of the acacia, just because I will need to have some sort of different theme for each of these. So yeah, I will catch back up when I've put in the foundation. Okay, so the foundation is in now. It's fairly simple. It's just a similar idea to what I was doing over here with the tuff and cobblestone and andesite, but just one level shorter. Um, and also I pushed it out one block further so I can have the actual main part of the house, or not house, sorry, just the lab a little bit more enclosed in a slightly smaller space inside. So what I'm going to work on now is getting the circular entrance that I'm planning looking quite nice, and just being a decent shape. And then I'll probably fill in a lot of the area around the walls and set up how big I want this little side room being. Okay, next update. I have made a sort of circle. It's not the most round thing I've ever made, but it also isn't perfectly circular on the inside here, so it shall do. And I've also put up some of the walls on the inside just to get a rough idea of the size. And I think the size looks pretty good. And I also decided on the size and just the general proportions of the smaller little side part as well. So next I'm just going to put on the roof, just the basic roof, sort of a flat thing, and then I will begin figuring out the cylinder pipe stuff. Rightio. So I've put up the just basic roof. I haven't put any variation in it at all, and general shapes for the chimneys. Uh, you can see here that I've just filled it up with yellow terracotta for now, and you can see that it's going to sort of curve in and then curve back out. And this one is just going to be a straight cylinder. I'm probably going to be making these mostly out of these the amethyst block and purple wool. I might also add some purple concrete, that sort of thing. Um, and with this main one, I might also add in some other highlight block other than these two. But we shall see. So I will get started on that. So the chimneys are in. They certainly look unique. Good or bad is something I haven't fully decided yet, but they're different. I was trying to find blocks that would look good when combined with this, and I tried using, purple wool and stuff, but it stands out a lot. Um, and I don't really want to just use the amethyst on its own, but I might have to, just by nature of the fact that there's nothing else that seems to really fit. Um, I tried budding amethyst, which works great except for the fact that over time it's going to do this, which I can't fully decide if it's good or bad. Because it means that it'll eventually just look like that everywhere there's budding amethyst, and it also generates amethyst on the inside, which, as I said, might actually be good, so I might put a couple through here, but certainly not a lot. So it'll probably just stay as standard amethyst. So, between now and the next clip, I'll just put a little bit more detail into these walls, and also the small amount of cyan roofing that I've got, and then I'll check back in when I'm ready to work on the interior. Okay, so I added a bit of variation to all these things, and I actually did end up putting some budding amethyst through here. I think it looks quite nice, even though it definitely will end up with a lot of amethyst growing on the actual chimney, but yeah, probably not going to look too bad. And I did a little bit of work on the interior just to see what I'm working with, and it's a lot less space than I expected it to be, which is a shame. But I will still do my best to try and figure out some way to fill out these interior sections. Right in the middle here is probably where I'm going to have perhaps some sort of larger brewing thing, something that looks like a large brewing stand perhaps somehow, not sure, and then I'll have some standard brewing stands through here. Because this isn't supposed to be some sort of living space, it's supposed to be, as I said, some sort of area for probably the person who lives here to brew potions and elixirs and that sort of thing. So I will get some work done on that and check back in once that's done. Okie dokie then. So I've pretty much finished this build now. I'm quite pleased with it. It's a little simpler in scope than some of my other ones, but I think it's really turned out quite nicely. The interior, I put a lot of campfires down, which means that out the top here, there's some smoke coming out. They're technically solar campfires, but it doesn't make much difference. And I've actually decorated this area through here with some player heads with custom textures on them that have worked really quite well. Sort of makes it look less like a brewing and more like some sort of astronomy room, but it works well. Up here, these are actually conduits. They give off light, which is wonderful for a case like this, where you just need that little bit extra light up the top here in the actual roof area. Through here, I've just put a little bit of stuff just to fill out the space. I have a brewing stand, so you can technically brew here. A smithing table, this is another player head. And yeah, it works out really quite nicely, I would say. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's Build a Day challenge. Like yesterday, I'm really enjoying this style, so I'm probably going to keep building in it for a bit. I hope that's not too big of a deal for you all. And as always, thank you very much.